Hi everybody, Dr. Lauren here, one of the chiropractors at Cal East Chiropractic, here today to talk to you about headaches, what's going on, how can we help at home between appointments. Now, headaches can arise from a multitude of different reasons unique to each individual, from stress, lack of sleep, joint subluxations in the neck radiating upwards, tight muscles, just to name a few. Now today specifically, I'm going to talk about muscle tension type headaches. These are often described as a bilateral or both sides band-like squeezing pressure towards the head, radiating from the back and fronts here. It's often described as mild to moderate in nature, not lasting very long, typically underneath an hour, most often towards the middle of the day. This is very unlike that typical migraine you may have experienced in the past, which tends to be one-sided, more severe in nature, may accompany things like noise, light sensitivity, vomiting, or even nausea in extreme cases. So let's talk what causes tension type headaches. One of the theories is a misaligned or irritated spinal joint within the cervical spine can irritate a spinal nerve in and around the area. This irritated spinal nerve then goes on to cause muscle tension and spasm around the area. These muscles communicate with one another, forming a cascade of tension that circles around the head, jaw, and face, resulting in that classic band-like fashion we're so used to feeling during these specific headaches. So now let's talk, what are we going to do about these headaches at home while waiting in between appointments, or perhaps before that initial visit we're just waiting to book. Now, what I will commonly advise for my patients is to try either a cool or warm compress to the area of cheek concern that perhaps may be radiating up towards the head. Secondly, deep, slow-paced breathing. This is said to stimulate that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digestive being, to help stimulate the body to decrease stress hormone. This includes a slow 5-second inhale followed by a 5-second exhale, ideally done for 10 minutes at a time if you can budget, hopefully twice a day. Lastly, and I find most effectively, is running through a 6-point map of trigger points with patients in order to determine, are they having referred pain, which may be a contributing factor to their tension type headaches. So let's run through these. First point being through our SCM muscle here. Now this muscle runs from behind your ear towards the front where your two clavicles will meet. It connects into a V band-like fashion here. So perhaps if you're looking in the mirror, look for that shape. We're going to grab onto it with our thumb and forefinger here, pressing from the ear all the way down to the collarbone, waiting for an area of sensitivity, holding to see if we have referral up to the head. You're ideally holding until that referral point shrinks back down to the point of contact. Secondly, coming into our upper traps, we're looking for this L-type shape in the upper corner of our shoulder here. We're going to pinch back with our fingers, pull forward, stretch the opposite side, and again, wait for that trigger point, which of course can be done on the next side. Now, our third muscle involves one of our jaw muscles here, one of our muscles of mastication, our masseter. We're going to be looking for this corner of our jaw here. We're going to be popping up and forward just a bit, looking for a tender spot here. Ideally, I like to do this one on both sides, hunting for that trigger point, pressing in and making small circles. We're going to then, number 4, pop up to our temple here. Now this temple, although it spans the whole side of our head, we're going to be triggering this small divot here, somewhere between the eyebrow and the hairline. I like to link my fingers together for this one, press with my thumbs back and towards the ear in this small pocket, again, waiting for that trigger. Number 5, we're going to stick our fingers together this way, come just onto the eyebrows here, skip over the ridge, press inwards. As I do that, I'll be nodding my head forward, like so. Lastly, scooping around to the back of the head, we're in search for our suboccipital point. We're going to make an L shape with our hand here. Reach over towards the ear, cupping this way. Where our thumb lands will typically be in and around that tender spot that's responsible for the trigger point felt above the eyebrow. So with pressure upwards towards the skull, we're going to be pressing with the thumb only, waiting for this trigger point to disappear. I hope you found at least some of that information helpful. Give it a try yourself for some of that quick symptom relief in between appointments.